So the biggest surge with this occult type material took place in the late 60s and the early 70s with movies like The Exorcist, Amityville Horror, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, and Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. And coincidentally, this same time period, it parallels the rise of the Church of Satan in Los Angeles, and it was founded by a guy named Anton LaVey.
When I was a police officer, we had cases of satanic cults right in Arlington, Virginia. Those have been around for decades. They're in the high schools, they're in the colleges, they're in the government, and they're in Hollywood.
I got to meet people like Sammy Davis and that kind of shit. Sammy told me he worshiped the devil. Sammy was like, you know, Satan is as powerful as God. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because why do you think there's so much anger in the world and killing and murder and Satan? And he saw my reaction to it, then he kind of lightened up on it. And he was like, the downtown is dark, and it's the candles on the table and Sammy's face over the candle. You know, Satan is as powerful as God.
The Mandela effect has officially gone too far. This is where I draw the line. I'm here to let you know that I watched Arthur probably longer than it was socially acceptable to do so, because I probably watched it until at least middle school, maybe even high school. I don't know. But it is safe to say that I was an Arthur superfan. So you better believe when it comes to the theme song, I know what's up. I could never forget. I've heard it so many times that, like, it would be impossible for me to get it wrong at this point. But let me tell you what these people done did at CERN when they fired up the Super Hadron Collider this time. They changed the Arthur theme song. The correct lyrics are, hey, what a wonderful kind of day where we can learn to laugh and play and get along with each other. But it is no longer laugh and play, my friends. No longer laugh and play at all. Work and play? Work and play. That doesn't even make any sense. Since when did Arthur or any of his friends ever have a job? None of them were working and playing. So not only is it wrong, but it makes no sense. So if you remember laugh and play and not work and play, you probably jumped into the same parallel reality that I did. It's too much. I can't take it anymore.
Look at the little penguins. Now, the only time we get to see them is if we go to a zoo or a refuge or a theme park, because they hail from here. You know, the no-no place. Now, they can only be found in the southern hemisphere, which makes sense because that's where the no-no place is. But did you know they can be found in South America, South Africa, the Galapagos Islands, Australia? Now, scientists say that they are found in these places because of either they were pulled onto fishing boats, taken for scientific reasons, or they swam because they can't fly. But the thing is, scientists also say that these little guys will only travel approximately 600 miles away from their nest, which then entails going back. So this one could make sense to me. The Drake Passage is about 500 miles from Cape Horn to the Shetland Island. That's plausible. But when we go to where the penguins are normally seen, and these two distances are like tripled, quadrupled up to South Africa. Same with Australia. Now, trying to find any actual distances between the no-no place and a place in a country is nearly impossible. You have to use a map. Now, on this map, it shows that Australia's territories in the no-no place are all on one side. That makes total sense. But when you look at the coordinates on these maps and compare them, something is just not adding up. What else doesn't add up is that these little animals that hail from the no-no place where it's apparently cold as shit, find their way to these other countries, but not to the United States, Canada, Europe? Why are they only found here, there, and here? Look at this. Notice the wall. Now take into account how far they can swim. Yep, that still makes sense. Now that makes sense. And now that makes sense. The 3 closest continents to the wall. They can't get anywhere else because they can't swim that far. I'm beginning to think that this isn't about endangered species and protecting nature. Just saying.
Just out of curiosity, is it weird to anyone else that, like, a lot of women are suddenly finding out that they're pregnant, even though they're on the same birth control they've been on for quite some time now? At the same time that we're having this really weird, random, nationwide shortage on a lot of different formulas, like you can't find it anywhere, at the same time that Roe versus Wade is being overturned. Are anyone else's spidey senses tingling, or is it just me?
Okay, y'all gotta see this. I just talked to a tree. Yes, I talked to a tree. I saw it on TikTok, so I went to my backyard and I talked to a tree and it responded to me. And I called my sister. She's not picking up the phone, but I need you guys to see this. Okay, there is nothing on the side of me. There's nothing on the side of me, nothing above me. Okay, tree, if you can hear me, touch my shoulder. Okay, tree, did you guys see that? If you can hear me, touch my shoulder. Oh my God, thank you. Tree, if you can hear me, touch my shoulder.
The Craziest Celebrity Conspiracy Theories Part 5. Paul McCartney is dead. The theory claims that Paul McCartney got killed in a car crash back in 1966, and the band replaced him with an imposter to continue making money. 50 years ago, a DJ accidentally started the biggest hoax in rock and roll history that Paul is dead. It blew up on October 12, 1969. When a mysterious caller told WKNR to put on the Beatles' White Album and spin the number 9 intro from Revolution 9 backwards. When it was done on air, he heard the words, and at the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John says, on the famous Abbey Road picture, Paul's barefoot walking out of step holding a cigarette in his right hand. The real Paul was a lefty. Also referenced was the back cover of Sgt. Pepper, where every Beatle is photographed facing the viewer, apart from Paul. And more clues apparently can be found on the front cover of Magical Mystery Tour, which depicts one band member in a differently colored suit from the others. The band apparently left messages in their music and album artwork to communicate the truth to their fans. These include the 1968 song, Glass Onion, in which Lennon sings, "Here's another clue for you all. The walrus was Paul." On the 21st of October 1969, the Beatles' press office issued a statement denying the rumor, deeming it a load of old rubbish, and saying that the story has been circulating for about 2 years.
Don't worry if you can't hear what I'm saying. I couldn't even hear myself. This is the loudest sound you could possibly conceive. And as it turns out, the cleanest. Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. I I told you. It's raining. That's unbelievable. Oh, NASA's playing God. It's making its own weather.
Iran a few days ago.
Hey, good morning. Does anybody else find it fucking suspicious as hell, the fact that it's happening everywhere? China, Iran, the US. Just look at Kentucky. They're basically underwater right now, and they're inland. All of these things are all happening all at once. Do you guys really think it's a coincidence? While y'all are worried about bullshit, they're literally trying to kill us off. They're making us worry about this one thing over here while they're killing off a bunch of people over there. Because last time I checked, which was yesterday, the death toll in Kentucky was 38, with people still missing and people still stuck on top of their houses. I hope every single one of you stays safe out there. And make sure to stay informed.
So that video was about doomsday and basically how most of the world is going to be underwater. As you can see on the map, Europe is obviously not looking too good. To the point where I'm questioning what's going to happen to the people of Europe then. If you don't know who this is Baba Vanga, a Bulgarian mystic. She was blind from early childhood and claimed that God gave her the ability to see far into the future, to the point where she saw the end of the world. She's predicted events such as 9/11, Obama's presidency, and COVID. Baba Vanga predicted that in 2025, Europe will remain sparsely inhabited. To be honest, the rest of the prediction list is kind of scary, but also interesting at the same time. At one point, European and Asians don't exist anymore. They become Euro-Asian. Oh wait, there's more! Doesn't just stop at Euro-Asians. We then become Afro-Euro-Asian. Well, yeah, I recommend looking at this list if anyone else is curious about what the world might have in store for us.
Listen, I didn't know Forbes magazine came out with articles like that. Let's discuss this real quick because there's some interesting things in these maps. This is the article for where I got my information from, and the fact that I hadn't seen this article and it came out in 2017 shocks me. So let's take a look here at the United States. The West Coast is basically underwater now. The Midwest, half of it is underwater. We got the Mississippi River that just flooded everything. And what is this? So I went down to the article because they started naming everything. And I was like, what is that? Does that say Atlantis? And I zoomed in. What? Moving on with the fact that they just put Atlantis on the map. Look at Africa and Europe. Look at Europe. Europe is basically wiped off the face of the map. It's almost like, I'm not even gonna say it, but y'all know. Y'all know. Here we're looking at Asia. Look at China. A big chunk of China right here is underneath water. Up here is underneath water. This whole map has me shook. This is a better look at Europe. And you can see up here, Greenland got a bunch of new land out of nowhere. But all of this, European nations are gone now. It bothers me, man. It bothers me so much that news articles like this don't blow up as they should. But we can't stop talking about fucking celebrities. Like, I'm so fucking over this. But on a real note, though, like, shook. I'm shook by this map. And it's supposed to happen by 2050? Dude, insanity is going on out here.
Whenever Atlantis went down, a lot of them, some of them went to Egypt and were survivors and to other places, but some of them went underground. And there's an entire cities all throughout. There's all kinds of tunnels and transportation systems that link them all together. Some of the trains and things down there can go 3,000 miles an hour to link the cities together. There's like a sun inside the earth that lights everything. So they have light, they have lakes, they have water, they have everything they need. And there's animals down there that do not exist on the surface of the earth. They have live computers, if you want to say that. This is in my second volume of the Convoluted Universe. It talks about the underground cities. They have computers that we can't even approach that can create and do anything they want. And the people are so advanced, they have no desire to come to the surface. They have everything they need down there. They've been down there for thousands and thousands of years. And they're much more advanced than we are because there's no wars, there's no violence. But yeah, there's civilizations under the surface of the earth. And people say, well, it can't be, there's only the magma. It's not.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
But they do.
These underground stream farms are so embedded in today's music business that the entire industry has been compromised. Unknown artists are using them to get signed. Labels are using them to keep artists hot. And the fans are unknowingly supporting it all. Even the most successful artists in the world have one foot in the black market. Streaming farms are usually run out of developing countries overseas. But it's grown to the point that I was able to find one operating out of a storage unit in New York City, of all places. So a recording artist will come to you and pay you to sit here and stream their music to run the numbers up.
Yep, yeah, just basically just run the numbers up. Some people will ask for 100K, 200K, just to get really the appearance of their music to look good when people go to their page. Oh, this song has X amount of plays, let me listen to it.
I want to come to you and buy 100,000 streams. How much would that, what would that look like?
Typically probably around 1,500 bucks.
Wow. Streaming farmers are the engine of a booming black market, where music artists are faking their way to the top of the charts. How do your clients find you?
Most of it's just word of mouth through referral services. Maybe it's a label or A&R coming to me, and they're giving me a lot of business with all their clients.
You've had A&Rs and labels come to you?
Yeah. You've seen some of these prominent artists, like French Montana, for example. I think maybe last year had a song ripped down, and that was a whole big Twitter thing, and it kind of got a lot of eyes on big artists using these farms.
French Montana got caught up in a scandal when fans alleged that bots had hacked their Spotify account to rack up streams of his music. Then G-Eazy's management got caught red-handed in a leaked phone call.
Maybe they don't know about all this stuff, but
They know. Hey, these motherfuckers, they know.